What's up, guys? Luke here. I just want to go ahead and show you with my next video our war raid, war review, just a little war review here. As you can see, our last war that we just finished, just came out of. We're starting another war already, but the war we just came out of against King Raiders was 85 to 37, so it was a pretty decent victory there. We were able to do a really good job and just kind of knock them out. And one of the reasons why we were able to do so well was we had almost perfect participation in this war. Now, we strive for perfection, obviously, but 56 out of 60 sure ain't bad for pretty darn close to full participation for this war. And if you can see, they only got like half their attacks in 34 out of 60. So right there kind of tells a story why we got 85 and they only got 37. So if you can see on the war map here, we've two-starred pretty much every single base and going 4 down with the exception of 7 and 8 there, or 7 and 6 rather. We were able to 3-star every single base on the map. So it was a really good war for us, and the reason why it was such a good war for us was the clan we were against was rushed really bad. So, good tip for you guys out there, do not upgrade your town hall until you get maxed defenses and maxed troops for that town hall. We're pretty darn close, because it is pretty easy to come in and wipe out a clan like this if you have a rush-based, even with subpar strategy, as we will see in just a second here. These raids are not perfect strategy by any stretch of the imagination, but they're still getting 3-star raids because these bases are rushed so badly. First raid I'm going to show you here, 20, he has Town Hall 9, and so he's got pretty decent troops, and he's able to use them really effectively. So I like to watch his raids every war because he's always hitting those high bases and getting 2 to 3 stars every war. So this war he went ahead and hit their number 4, and he got 3 stars on it pretty easily using Go Wee Wee. So we'll check out his raid. As you guys know, Go Wee Wee is golems, wizards, and witches. So he throws his wall breakers down first. I would have liked to see him throw his golems down first, then his wall breakers, because this second wave of wall breakers would have had a chance to go in and break that inner wall surrounding the town hall and a couple mortars and that expo there. But he drops them down anyway, gets that hole, gets a breach almost set up on this right side, which will be important later. He drops a couple wizards down behind it, throws a rage down, gets those guys moving, throws his Barb King in there and a couple more wizards that kind of go into the breach. And he goes and throws down his clan castle with a couple wizards, an archer, and that dragon there. So he throws his next wizards down there, and they kind of get going. And he throws down a couple witches. So there's his Go Wee Wee. Throws down the last of his wizards. He's got all of his troops down. He just got a couple of spells. Throws down a heal spell on that dragon as it gets starting to hit by the air defense. But it works out okay. They're able to keep going. Those golems are moving up. And the one thing, as you notice, I'm not sure if it'll happen in just a second, clan castle troops will start coming out. And he didn't clear the clan castle. I would have liked to see him throw a wizard down and then maybe pull them over here in the side corner of the map. As you can see, they're coming out right now. And then use his clan castle dragon to eat those archers up, because all it is completely 100% archers. So, not the perfect raid, obviously, by this. But he's still able to do a pretty decent job. But those golems are soaking up the damage from those archers, and the wizards behind him were able to knock him out pretty well. So he's still got an archer queen and 2 witches left. That's going to pretty much wrap it up for this raid. I'll speed it up. As you can guys see, it's pretty much wrap up time now. Goes ahead and swings down, avoids that big bomb. Just a couple skeletons blew up, so the witches make some more. It works out pretty well for him. And they just keep on going through, trucking, knock this base out. Pretty easy 3-star for 20. Like I said, could have been a little better with the spell, the order of the dropping the troops. I like to drop golems first, and then, or rather, any sort of soaking unit. I'm getting my golems pretty soon, but I don't have them yet. But even when you're throwing giants down or golems or anything that's gonna, or higher strategy, if you're gonna use air, if you're gonna try to use those what do they call them, the air tanks? I forget the name off the top of my head right now. But you want to drop those down first, and then your troops behind. So that's key when you're dropping a damage soaker, because you want those turrets to target that exact damage soaker, the tank unit, basically. Okay, so we looked at that one. What we're going to look at next is we're going to look at Fernie's raid. Now, Fernie, he hit the town hall. He hit the number 5 on their map. I really like this raid because he's able to take this base, another rushed base. He goes ahead and drops a couple hogs. I'll speed this one up because it happens a little slower than the other raid. He drops a couple hogs and makes sure he gets all that clan castle drawn out. Then the next thing that he does, after he makes sure he got all those drawn out, is he ends up dropping his king right here on the side. And what that does is it draws all the clan castle troops over to the side. He's able to drop his dragons right behind those and knock those clan castle troops out. So once those guys are going, he goes ahead and drops his hogs from the bottom. They're able to knock out that air defense and keep on swooping in. So he's able to do this sweet little hybrid raid here, where he's using half dragons, half hog riders, and they're able to go ahead and just kind of the hog riders going through there, sweeping through the base, getting the defenses, and the dragons are kind of coming in there too. So he doesn't even have to worry about wall breakers or anything, because all of his units are impervious to walls. They're jumping right over him or flying over him. So he's doing a pretty good job here, just like swooping through, and it's pretty much over before it even starts, you know. So pretty quick war raid here, and it's not necessarily a traditional raiding strategy. So just a quick idea out there for you guys. Don't have to necessarily stick to go wee go wipe or all dragon or even like, you know, giant whiz healer. You can try something new, but I do strongly suggest that you make sure to try your raiding strategy outside of war, because you don't want to try something new while you're in a war raid. Alright, next one I'm going to show you guys is Romo's attack. I actually watched this attack live, and it gave me a little bit of a heart attack in a sense there, because he drops his golems. It's a go wipe attack, and those wizards, I would have liked to drop those wizards a little slower, set that bomb off maybe less guys, but he drops his the one thing I like is that he drops his golems first. The other thing I don't like is that he does not wait to clear those clan castle troops. He drops his golems in there, but it ends up being okay, because golems have enough soak that they are able, enough hit points in there that they are able to soak up that damage, throws a rage and gets them going. Now the one part about this raid that I was really saying, whoa, what's going on? He drops his P.E.K.K.A.s, and they do not go in the hole that he's made. And if you guys use Go Wipe out there, the most important thing about P.E.K.K.A.s or dragons or any other non-targeting unit for that matter is that they go where you want them to go. And with P.E.K.K.A.s, you want them to go in the middle. Thank goodness he had a clan castle P.E.K.K.A. As you can see, it's making its way to the town hall and knocking that down pretty quickly. So you guys, it's really important for you to target your P.E.K.K.A.s, because these guys are just swooping around the side of the base. They come in for a second. I thought maybe they were going to get into the base, but no, they had to go back out. So they're going up there, but it's okay, because his golems and his P.E.K.K.A. and his wizards are still going on the inside. I'm going to speed it up a little bit as we get this raid going. So he keeps on trucking through the base, throws a heal spell down, gets his golems back up, kind of keeps on moving through the base here, and it ends up being a pretty close raid because of the way those P.E.K.K.A.s died. They just kind of got eaten up on the side there. He drops his Barbarian King and knocks out a couple of defenses before it gets knocked down. He hit that ability pretty quickly. I like to let my Barb King take a bit of damage, and there is a regenerative property as well as rage and extra barbs that pops out when you hit your Barb King's ability. So I like to let him lose about half of his health and then hit the button. That way, you know, he goes for a bit longer and gets a good stretch out of it. So this raid was pretty darn good. It worked out nicely. That P.E.K.K.A. is going to knock through that wall and get those last two defensive buildings there. And that wraps it up for this raid here. A nice 3-star raid. Once again, the base was rushed really bad. So Romo had a really easy time knocking it out. So once again, guys, please, if you want to be successful clashers, do not rush your base, because it hurts you, it hurts you. We were able to knock out these guys really effectively and easily because they rushed their bases. The next one I'm going to show you here is we're going to be looking at, let's see, Ulysses' raid here on number 12. He's able to knock this one out with dragons. Now, he usually uses Go Wipe, but it hadn't been working for him, so he was like, hey, what raid should I use? I was like, you know what? I love dragons. You should try them out. So he went ahead and took my advice. And as you can see here, he's knocking out this first air defense. The guy built his base terribly. Put his air defense outside of his walls. Now, what are air defense for? Against dragons, usually. You know, other times you're going to see them against minions, but even a Bloonian raid. But the thing is that, you know, air defense has got to be inside the walls or a little bit further into your base, because, you know, he can easily drop his Barb King, maybe some hogs here, or as he does, he drops a couple dragons and just kind of swoops in there. He ends up dropping 2 dragons up here, and as you can see, it knocks out this Tesla and gold mine pretty effectively. I'll go ahead and show you what happens. You know, knocks out this Tesla and this gold mine pretty quickly, And then before the air defense is able to even take out one dragon, they turn really effectively and able to knock out that air defense. He didn't clear out the clan castle troops, but with dragon raids, you really don't have to because they soak up enough damage, and all your units are pretty much just like air tanks. So he throws that rage down, pretty decent rage spell drop there. Now this second rage drop that he hits, that's the one that I think is pretty impressive in the sense that those dragons literally go right to the edge of the circle and stay to the edge of the circle and keep on moving right to the edge of the circle and under that rage spell for quite some time. So really good placement of spells for that second spell drop, and now it's pretty much just mop up as all those air defense are down, and it pretty much ends the raid very quickly for another awesome 3-star raid. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of my video, so hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button as well. And any comments or questions, maybe some ideas for future videos for me, please put them in the comment section. I look forward to hearing from you guys, and clash on. Alright, I'll see you guys next video.